Good morning everyone. In this session we shall discuss about the design discharge calculations which depends upon the catchment properties. So basically what is design discharge? It is a discharge that is required in the design of bridges, that is any hydrological structure. For whenever it is designed we need to calculate what is the discharge in the uh, river basin or the catchment area, how much of water is flowing. So why we need to design the discharge? Because we need to know what is the amount of that water is flowing in the particular catchment area. Based on this, we need to design the foundations. We need to provide the protection works. We need to calculate what will be the afflux, what will be the freeboard, and what will be the vertical clearances. So to have a proper good design and easy construction and proper maintenance of this waterways, foundation, protection works, we need to know the discharge in the river basin and design the discharge. So how much of water is flowing, in which period of the year, what season, how much the flow is there. All these things has to be calculated, and based on these calculations we need to design the bridge. So this discharge is calculated by observations, that is meteorological observations of the same or the similar catchments wherever the bridge or the proposed hydrological structure is proposed. So the latitude, the longitude, the topo sheets, everything are required for the calculation of this design discharge. What is the type of the catchment, where the catchment is present, whether it is in the upstream side or the downstream side. All those things have to be studied. How the river flows, which pattern the river flows. We need to find out what will be the length of the longest stream. In the proposed catchment area, the river flows. The river will have tributaries and all. So the main long stream, we have to find out the length. We have to find out where the center of the gravity of the catchment exists. What will be the length of the concentration, the segmental lengths, the equivalent streams, all these things has to be calculated. So we need to first find out what is the length of the longest stream, and along this length we need to find out the discharge at different points, so that this will be a parameter which can be used in the design of the bridges. Not only the flow pattern depends upon the shape, size and slope of the catchment. Normally, the catchment should be such that it is in the shape of a pier with narrow ends towards the upstream and the broader end nearer the catchment outlet. So, and you can see a hydrograph that is fast rising and has a rather concentrated high peak. So this is a catchment with the same area but shaped with its narrow end towards the outlet, and has a hydrograph that is slow rising and with somewhat lower peak for the same amount of rainfall. So your catchment area determines the amount of and the type of the bridge and the different design parameters that has to be considered. So we have to have the zonal reports depending upon the latitudes, the longitude and the meteorological subzones, the hydrological data, all these things has to be calculated. And depending upon this data, we can use the unit hydrograph method that depends upon the current rainfall data, runoff observations, and graph is prepared, and will find out the distance using this unit hydrograph method. But the limitations are that such that the combined effect of rainfall loss rate, physiographic factors with time are some of the limitations. So for a given watershed, for the equivalent time, the proportion to volumes of surface runoff and time distribution of surface runoff are some of the parameters that will be considered in unit hydrograph. And this is a typical unit hydrograph that is plotted with the time in hours on the x-axis and discharge on the y-axis. So It is a where we can find out the unit hydrograph due to excess rainfall excess 1 centimeter rainfall excess due to 1 centimeter rainfall excess and less than 1 centimeter rainfall excess. So the limitations are it is non-aerial distribution over larger catchments and it cannot be applied for catchments greater than 5000 square kilometers. So for a smaller area, unit hydrograph is a suitable method. We have other methods where we can use the empirical method. The Dickinson Manning's coefficient, the Dickinson formulas can be used and the discharge can be calculated. Basically, the unit hydrograph is depends upon purely the catchment area and the surface runoff. The sum of the equations based on you can calculate the design discharge. And a synthetic unit hydrograph is the one wherein the concurrent rainfall runoff observations will not be available and hydrometeorological homogeneous regions or zones are identified as unit. And you have different steps to calculate the discharge. So depending upon which zone you have similar simplified equations to calculate the surface runoff, that is the discharge. And for very small catchment characteristics, unit hydrograph is the best method. But it depends upon again the catchment characteristics such as the nature of the soil, slope, vegetation, the distribution of rainfall for some equivalent time. All these things has to be considered for